Welcome guys. In today's session we are going to learn how we can implement the Power Automate. How we can implement this functionality in a Power Automate. So initially requester raise the request, then request goes to the site manager for approval. Earlier session I have explained you the entire flow, how it will work and what is our expectation. So we have created work detail list. I'll go here in work detail list. I have just modified my uh, landing page interface. So I go in work details. So here in work details we have created different column. I will go list this setting. I put the space in between the column names. So here Mahindra site manager name is there. I put the space in display name. Our internal name without space. You know why internal name and display names are there. So here Mahindra operational manager. So I think there the two names are there, two columns are same. Mahindra site manager. So this is site and operational manager. Okay, so these are the people picker. So important thing I would like to tell you that we have created here, we select the multiple department, IT department here. So here where is the multiple IT department? Here IT DPT, and we need to allow multi selection here. Multi selection tab is there. So enforce unique value, select content information, allow multiple values here. You can see allow, I set it as allow multiple value, so that it allow us to select multiple, means my work is related to SAP, content management and branding. Okay, and request raised by Delhi or Hyderabad or Mumbai or Pune region people. Okay, so then site manager. Okay, so now first thing what we need to do, we need to go in site manager, and I raise add some site manager there. So where is my list for the site manager? IT department, operational Mahindra sites. Okay, so here we maintain the site manager. I say grid view, it in grid, and we know our sites are Pune, and consider Raju is the site manager for it. Then again new Pune, Mumbai. For Mumbai there is Swami is the site manager. Again for Hyderabad, so Kuber will be the site manager for it. For Chennai, Sneha will be the site manager for this. Okay, so we have updated this list. We added the few items in this list. So now we move into the Mahindra sites, and here operational manager list. There is only one operational manager in organization, so I'll say him operational. Just do the title manager. Okay, and here say Pankaj will be the operational manager. Okay, and save this. Okay, so timing I keep this people name here. So we go in the work detail list. So work detail, once the request will raise, work ID here, work ID is required field, but I want to auto populate that work ID through the our Power Automate flow. So what I do, I go in a work ID and make it not required. Okay, so that it will not stuck our flow, because work ID will be generated through our Power Automate flow. Okay, first thing what we need to do, let me open in the IE browser and keep the functionality ready. I'll open the IE and copy this, so that email notification we need to check, and I open there with the Raju Patil. So first thing what happened, requester raise the request, put the work detail, consider Pune area, then request goes to the site manager for approval. And where we have maintained all the site manager details in Mahindra sites here. Okay, so here all the sites managers are there. Pune, Raju Patil is sites manager and all. Okay, so now we need to implement this. Okay, before that what I do, I will open my IE, and in IE I will put the Raju Patil as the site manager. So let me put the Raju Patil as a site manager. Okay, that's good. Raju Patil is already there. earlier may been logged in with the Raju Patil. Okay, so I open the Raju Patil inbox, so Outlook inbox. Okay, so I keep this inbox open. Now it's a time to go in our flow. Now it's a time to start working on our flow. So this flow will trigger once the request will get added in our work details list. Okay, so this is the work details list. Okay, this is Mahindra site list. I just keep this list open here. Okay, so our list is work details list. Means what happened once the requests are raised here in work detail, then our flow will trigger. So what I need to do, I need to select automate cloud flow. Okay, or you can go here and create here an automated cloud flow here. So it will automatically trigger when SharePoint list item will add. Say work, our application name is IT work management. Okay, IT work management flow. Okay, so I'll say IT work management flow. When it will trigger, when an atom is created. Okay, when an atom is created. But the thing is that when atom is created, then our flow will get trigger. Okay, then our flow will get trigger, and then so once the atom created, flow will get trigger, and okay, so here we can maintain the same flow for the atom created and modified, or we can maintain single flow for atom created. If means same flow will trigger multiple times. To avoid the confusion, I create the separate flow for created and modified. Okay, so here when an atom created, so our list name, just a site name, so I just copy my site name and put it there. So quickly, so here put site name, then our list is work details. So work details, IT work details is put here. Then no additional operation I want to do, just once the atom is created, then flow will trigger. So what is my first intention? My first intention is that it needs to send the email notification to the person who is selected as a site manager. Here we are selecting the Pune because I have opened the Raju Patil I with Raju Patil. So here I'll go here and I go and I select here when atom created. When atom created, now the intention, I raise the request in a work detail list, but workflow is trigger. Then what it will do, it will go and check that which site it's selected. Okay, so I go here and you can see here drop down of a sites. Where is the site? So work site Chennai, Hyderabad, Mumbai, Pune. So it depends on, we have taken it as a lookup. Okay, and in next session we update this form with Powerapps also. Here we select the Pune. So here I'll go and so what I need to do, once the Pune is selected here, then it will check in the Mahindra sites. Okay, the Pune is a matching or not. If the Pune is matching, then it will retrieve the site manager as a Raju Patil. So what I do, I'll create one get action here. Okay, so get atoms. Okay, so I'll say get atoms here. Now in a get atoms, you know how we can do that. So here see the Pune. Okay, and after that here which list here, our list name is, just a minute guys. So here our list name is here get atoms and Mahindra site. So what exactly we map, filter query we need to pass, we know the filter query. So I go here, so this site, so we need to check the name of the list settings. Go here, the column name is here sites, maybe its internal name is a title. See here title name is internal name. So what I do, I just check that title equal to, okay, so equal to, no, we know how we can filter. So we say eq and bracket. Now in a, now I want to, what I want to filter, eq, which atom? This atom, work site atom. So I'll check here work site is there or not. Here in which action? This action. So when atom is created, I'll say work site, say site. Now here work, I just search work. So here you can get work site id, work site value. These two fields are there. Okay, so here work site id and work site value, there are two fields are there. Why these two? Because this is the lookup. Okay, because this is the lookup. So lookup come up with the key value pair. Id is the key and this is the value. Okay, so what happened? My intention, what I required this only. I required this only. So what I do, I will select that specific work site value. So how I can go? I go here and select in single quote and let's say work site value. Okay, so I added the work site value here, means it will compare and it will retrieve the item. Okay, so it will retrieve the next thing. As you know, there is only one atom here. Okay, as you know, there is only one atom. Or you can if just a moment, I check the get atom action will work or not. Get atoms is there and also get atom is also. Get atom, get, just a minute, get atom is also there. Just a moment, let me check. So here, if I take the action get atom, but there is a no filtration option is there. It's saying that you need require the id to filter. Okay, id to filter. Okay, so in what I do, I will check that. See what we are filtering. This will filter, filter query, and it will retrieve the all title is equal to work value. So it retrieve the collection, but this will retrieve the single atom because atom is written here. So I just check that whether I can, how I can use this. Okay, so demo and list name is, my list name is Mahindra sites and id here. Now id, you know that lookup come up with the key value pair. Key means which is the id, of this. See this id here. Where is the id? Mahindra site. I go you here. So here I add one more column, say edit current view, and I'll select here id and say okay. See, okay, so this id. So this is another list. Our workflow is triggering on the work details list in this list. Now here what happened? Now what I say, if I go here, it's giving me work site id because that is a lookup. IT department id, this IT department lookup, and this is normal. This list at work details means I can use this work site id. Means what is this id? This id is, just a minute, this id is this id. Okay, means whenever we are using Mahindra site as a lookup in a work detail list, at that time what it will fetch? Okay, so it will fetch key value pair. So we take the lookup of this. This is the value. Pune is the value. But what is the key? Key is the 1 is the key. Mumbai is the value. What is the key? 2 is the key. So here I go here and say work site ID, means here it take the key, and then see. I just can we test what it will return? So save overflow. Okay, and we test it. So to test this functionality, at least we need to trigger something initially. So I'll say here, go here. I do not modify any required field is there. No, I just select my work site. Okay, and save this Pune. Let's see what happened, how it will run. I say test. Automatically I say, and I use manually test. So actually I have manually inserted the atom here in this list. Atom is added here. It definitely triggers. See, it triggered now. Okay, on manual attempt. So it's a triggering and it's executing, so that we understand that how our flow is running. Okay, behind the scene. Okay, flow executed successfully. Let's see what it return. Oh ho ho, what it return? What is, where is the, okay, data populating, it takes some time. So this is, we have Mahindra site, I pass the ID and it return me the Pune. It retrieve me all these details. You can see, wow, all the details are written from Pune. Again I will go here, get items. Okay, so here click to download, here it's saying click to download. Oh, see how much data it retrieve. Actually it retrieve the collection, so see, means what is the issue happening here. If you say, now see, now what I want to do, I want to send, I want to use this value. Which value? I just go here, there are two values, one is the get atom and get atoms. So here get atom and get atoms, and when I use this get atom, so what I say here, what I want to do, I want to send email. Okay, so I want to send email here, and get email, send email v2. Okay, so this, okay, and here what I need to use, I want to use get atoms. So get atoms will retrieve the this site manager column as well. So see, so here once I click here, I click on dynamic, and one here get atoms, see, site manager email, and get atom is also retrieving site manager email. But we try to understand what is the difference between get atom and get atoms. If I say get atoms, see, yeah, if I click the get atoms, what happens? See, it add me the apply to each, apply to each, and here loop option is there, means it treating it as what happening, it treat it as this is. Now again I will add one another email here, and we check the difference. I say email, let me check here, say send an email v2 to add, and here get atom. Now earlier we used atoms, and now I say get site manager email. See, okay, you see the difference here, see the difference here. Whenever I say get atoms, from this get atoms I use the email, it apply the loop, means what happened, get atoms retrieve the collection of atoms, but our intention is only on atom, but still it retrieving the collection, means it will put the system on load by applying the loop. But if I say get atom and I use the get atom, it retrieve only one atom because it's using atom. So which one is feasible? This one is feasible. So I use the get atom and delete the remaining conditions. Delete. Okay. Delete. Okay. So my requirement is fulfilled by, and this get atom is also delete. Okay. I delete this. So my requirement is fulfilled by get atom. So whenever, as I discussed earlier, keep habit to rename the action. So I rename my action. What is the action? Get site manager email ID. Okay. Get site manager information. You can say, in case additional information will require, we can take capture from this. Okay. So I say get site manager information. Up to this, it's okay. Now next thing, what we need to do, we need to send the email notification. Please approve this work detail. So what I do, I send approval email. Approvals. Okay, create an approval. Send and wait for an approval. Wait for start and wait for approvals. So here, which action I need to take? Which action will be the feasible here in this case? Just a moment. Okay, start and create an approval. No, start, wait for an approval. Start and wait for approval. I use this action here. Okay, you can check other action also by testing it in other flows. Approval type. So what is the approval type? It's loading. Approve, reject, everyone must approve. There is only one person, first to response, custom response, first to response, approve and reject. That's it. Okay. Okay. What is the subject? Title. Create the title for approval. So first thing, we need to give whenever request is raised here, we need to pass the work ID to, so that work ID, work title, work detail, so that it will understand that which is this request. So what I do before that, get site manager, before that I will say update, so that what we do, we update our update, and I will update my atom here. Okay, so what is this? Control V. This is my site, and where is my list? List, work detail list. Okay, and ID, you know that ID is used. Site manager, no, when item is created. Okay, this, because we are updating our main list on which this flow is triggering. So work ID, as we discussed, so work ID, which company? Mahindra hyphen ID, and here ID will display, means it will display as a I give the Mahi, only Mahi is looking better. ID should be the small and well understandable. Okay, so here work title. Now you know that, as I told you earlier, if the fields are required, then only we need to again update. But here there is nothing is required. Okay, so it will update the work details. Okay, also we have captured the site manager from here. Okay, so we pass the site manager details. Our site manager column is there, site manager here, Mahindra site manager claim here, because this is the people picker, that's why I click on more options here. Mahindra site manager, operational manager, here site manager. So who is the site manager? Enter the value, and here just a minute, hide this. Okay, I just put IT department. This is a what we called it as lookup, that's why it's looking like, but our main intention is Mahindra site manager claim. So who is the Mahindra site manager claim? So from where get site manager information, see here claim, or we pass the email ID here, because this is the people picker and it will automatically update, means this value based on the site manager which we select here, Pune, based on Mahindra site manager will populate. Okay, let's see. Okay, up to this. Okay, so what we updating here? Again, rename. What we update? Update work ID and site manager. Give the specific name and proper name so that person will understand. Okay, so now we have the IDs there. So initially what I do, I say which request, always keep update work ID and site manager. So update work ID, you can take this field also, because same request means this action is from the work detail list. And again I scroll down here, scroll down. Okay, from where it came, get site manager. No, I want just to scroll down this. Always keep watch on action, from where action, when item is created. Yes, work site ID. Work site, no, work ID is required. Okay, so work ID, which I have added, which one I have added, updated here, work ID. Okay, so it gives work ID. Assign to whom we need to assign. So from where we capture here get site manager information, so to him I need to add, so get site manager action here, no, get site manager action. So see how many parameters it will retrieve. So you know the parameters, so you just put the here manager. There are many managers are there, so just check get site manager and email. Okay, because we are sending the email, site manager email. Okay, now okay, so here now what we need to do. Okay, so these details are there. Title, I make it more specific, so here title, and this is the work ID pending for your approval, so that he will understand that yes, the request came for me. After, just put enter here in details. So what details he required? based on the details you provided, he will not immediately approve. So he required some details. So what details he required? So work ID, again I will add the work ID again. Now work ID, once the action created, you can copy it. So item created. Okay, so work ID, work, don't confuse in work site ID, work ID, then say work title. So again scroll down, work title, keep watch which action, when item is created action is there. Okay, good. So work title here, again enter what details we can provide so that we understand that yes, this request I need to approve. Work title, work details needs to be passed, then total efforts will be calculated once the request will approve from department head and operational manager. Then this will automatic status will also we need to update. So site manager comment, and okay, so work site, I pass the work site, then I pass the work site here, and status also. Okay, work site, so work site, so which one is the work site? Work site value, and one more is status. So status, as of now status we have not, in update we can update the status. Status value, no, this when item is created, why this to status value, okay. So this status value might be the work ID. I just use this status. Okay, so status, but we have not updated this status here. Oh, your status value is there, so I need to use the status value. Okay, status value. Okay, so here I use the status value and enter. So here we have not updated the status value, now we need to update. Say pending for site manager. Okay, that will be the status will get updated. I update in update action. Okay, so here also we can mention that I have updated work ID, site manager, and status. Okay, save up to this. Now we go and the request will go to, okay, item link. If you want, oh, these details are not correct, I want to check more details, so he can click on the link, and here we can provide the item link. So here you can put the link to item. So which item created, link to item I will pass. Okay, and link description if you pass, don't worry. Okay, so I save this action. So as of now what we are doing, whatever the details, okay, you know what we fill these details. Okay, now it's time to raise the request. I'm the person, okay, from Pune department, and I want to raise the request. Okay, so work ID is not there in earlier request, see it's a blank, so I go here. Okay, so we are going to modify this work ID, no need to fill by the user will fill what work I want to do. Say Mahindra new car launching. Okay, so I say we, what is it, oh shit, what I did, we require, why it is happening, you know, this edit work with this we require, I will show you. I need to say plain text always, we require branding for new car launching. Okay, so I just put small details and desired implementation date. So just quickly, and they want, okay, these details, this site, this will be pop up once the approval, once it will get final approval, so will not fill these details. Total efforts will also, this status will also get updated. So site manager, comment, operational manager, we hide this field, so I select the Pune only here and I save. We hide this field from Powerapps. Okay, so no need to worry. So as of now, see, I have passed these details. Work ID is missing. Other, I just selected the Pune. Other details are missing. Okay, so we have updated many details, 2-3 details. Okay, and we need to check the email notification triggered to this person or not. Okay, let's see what happened. So Raju received any email or not? Not yet. So we'll wait for email, or we check the flow. Okay, so also I test the flow like earlier, manual test. Okay, already trigger action is going on, means we already submitted the request. So we wait for the moment and test the functionality. It takes some time to update. Check that whether email received by the, no email, just refresh. Okay, you can see that the email pending for your approval. You can see pending for your approval. Just see what is there pending for approval. Okay, it's loading. So here, pending for your approval, this is a link. See here, work ID is not generated. Pending for site manager approval, Mahindra new car launching, and I can see I can approve it, but here there's some issue with my ID. Work ID is not issued. Why? Just to go back, flow is trigger. See, oh, here my hyphen 1 is trigger. You can see this flow is trigger. Okay, Mahindra new car launching and pending for site manager approval. You can see the status is also updated. Okay, then manager is also updated here, but the thing is that we have not received this thing, because what happened, because what we did here, I say edit, flow is running, is, if I go in a flow running status, see it's stuck here. Why it's stuck? Because it's pending for approval. But here we are not able to, because we use the work ID Mahi here. Mahi 1 is updated here, but I have used this thing. I have used when atom is created action. So that's why in that Mahi 1 was not updated. That's why it's not showing. No problem. So what is the issue? I just show you. I just quickly clear that issue. So here I need to take work ID from this update work log. This work update work ID and site manager work ID. Just a minute. Just to copy. I'll put it here and say work ID. Okay. Just a second, works. Okay, and put it here. Pending for approval. Pending for site manager. Okay, so here pending for site manager, pending for, we can put the department ID, and here also which department. So site name also we can provide. Site manager, not when at site manager information. When item is created, where is when item is created? When item is created, then site Mahindra site. I want only site. Work site is there. Okay, so it will display pending for Pune site manager approval like this. Okay, so we save these and test it again. Okay, so what happened? I say automatically with the recent running. So this, I use the previous run history, and on that I'll run it again. And again, see here, all these action completed and email notification is here. So see here, you can see now. Okay, So subject line Mahi 1 pending for, here it displaying something Pune. Now here I need to take the value from site manager value, but okay, no problem, we'll update Mahi 1 pending for. So Mahi will mean the request 1 is pending. So if he want to check from site, he can click here and view the Mahi 1 details here. He can read this detail, okay, and he can say approve, okay, and he say approve from me, from approve from site manager. Okay, this comment also we can capture and it submit the request. Okay, after submitting the request, you can see here flow will get completed. Here tick mark is there, so means everything working fine. Up to this functionality we have completed. We send the notification to the approval manager and he received the notification and he approved it. Once approved, then what action we need to do? We need to say pending for my manager. Now request goes to the next level. Whoever will be the selected here. Okay, so I go here and edit same. Means now request goes to the here our department IT head. So how many department are selected here? So here nothing is selected here, means here I need to select. Let me select department. Oh, sorry, we have not added any department as such now. So let me go and IT departments, department name, IT head. So I add here. So SAP, say SAP, say Neha, then add more, say communication, and say SAP communication ERP. I'll put the name of okay. So these are the different people. Those okay. Now it will reflect here, so that we can select the multiple people here. Okay. So here pending for approval and work site, and here also here. Okay. So communication, I can select multiple here. Okay, because request will assign to the multiple IT stakeholders. Okay, means SAP content management branding. Okay, so we stop here. In next session we take it up for next level. Request goes to 3 people. Okay, these 3 people, and then it will then they start working on their assessment. Means these 3 people request goes to the 3 people. In assessment list, 3 new entries will appear, and email notification goes to these 3 people. 1, 2, 3. You need to complete IT assessment. Okay, so that thing we'll take it in the next session.